Good morning, students. Till now, we have studied about how in the buccal cavity the secretion of saliva turn the starch present in the food into maltose, or the complex carbohydrate it converts into a simple sugar. Okay, so now we'll be studying about the food pipe or the esophagus. Okay, so what happens when the food moves from our buccal cavity? It goes into a tube-like structure called esophagus or the food pipe. Okay, so the swallowed food passes into the food pipe or the esophagus, and this food pipe runs along the neck and the chest, and in this esophagus or the food pipe, the food is moved towards the stomach. Okay, that means after the food pipe or the esophagus, the food moves into our stomach. Okay, so one peristaltic movement it is called. One that kind of movement is like contraction and relaxation. Here you can see the contraction. Okay, and here you can see the relaxation of the food pipe or the lining of the food pipe. So this movement do what? It movement happens all along the esophagus, and it pushes the food towards the stomach. Okay, so this movement takes place throughout the alimentary canal. Alimentary canal starts from the buccal cavity and ends at the anus. Okay, and the food pushes and it pushes the peristaltic movement. It pushes the food towards the stomach in the second phase. Okay, that means towards the stomach, it pushes it. Now, at the time, sometimes what happens in our stomach, that food is not accepted by our stomach, then that time the food is vomited out. Okay, why happens this happens because our stomach contains some acid. Okay, when the acid is in a large amount in our stomach, that time it is vomited out. Okay, the food is not accepted by our stomach. Now let us study after that. After the food pipe, the food goes into the stomach, and stomach is a thick walled bag. Its shape is J, flattened J. Okay, its shape is like a flattened J. Okay, so this is our stomach. So what happens after that? Food enters into the stomach, and in the stomach, the inner lining of the stomach secretes three kind of liquid. One is mucous, another is hydrochloric acid, and one is digestive juices. What the mucous do? Since our stomach produces hydrochloric acid, so the since this hydrochloric acid is very much acidic in nature and it can harm the inner lining of the stomach, so the mucous protects the inner lining of the stomach from the acid. Secondly, the acid kills the bacteria which comes into our stomach along with the food. Okay, and also the acid makes the medium acidic, makes the medium of the enzymes acidic so that they can work on those food materials. Third thing is digestive juices. Digestive juices do what? They break down the proteins into the simpler substances. So three things we were having, three kind of nutrients we were having: carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. So the simple form of carbohydrate is what? It is glucose. The simple form of protein is amino acid. The simple form of fat is fatty acid and the glycerol.